All right, today is February 14th, 2024. I made two videos prior to this one on February 8th and then February 10th. Little just journaling I was doing. This is my work journal I take with me to work and write during my breaks. So this is February 12th and continue. All right, so first craving I had was when I saw salsa. Then I saw Alfredo. Then I thought of mixing both and putting on a burrito. These weren't back-to-back thoughts. Just saying, like, as soon as I saw the salsa, I didn't just... because once I saw the salsa, I was able to defeat that. I was like, man, I don't want that. And continued on with my work. But then when I saw the Alfredo, that's when the back-to-back thoughts started going, because I immediately went to the thought of mixing both and putting on a burrito. So, you know, this is what's crazy. I'll be totally fine in the morning. I'll be all the way good until that first... It's been salsa. And once I see those salsa jars, it's like an immediate picture in my mind of holding a burrito and putting salsa on it. Like it'll seem so real. Immediately tasting it. Like even I don't even have to be pouring the salsa on the burrito to be eating it. As soon as I see the salsa, an image will come and it's me eating it. You know, just shoving it in my mouth, holding it in my hand, shoving it in my mouth, and tasting it, actually tasting it, and like imagining the flavors. Like it all happens within a split few seconds. So yeah, these weren't back-to-back thoughts. When I thought of these things, there was this shift within that was more like a 180-degree flip. I went from completely fine to, ooh, I need that right now. Not necessarily right now, but the thought brought a sort of void feeling within me, a feeling of lack. You know, so the thought, you know, was like, ooh, I'm gonna have that. Like I'll see the Alfredo and I'll be like, oh yeah, like a decision will be made. The reaction, because that's how I've lived my entire life. As soon as I wanted something, hey, I want a burger, I'm gonna go get a fucking burger. I'm feeling Alfredo tonight, I'm gonna eat fucking Alfredo. Like that's just what it was. I got what I wanted. It was running off of reactions. But yeah, so that was what happened. I went from completely fine. It was a complete shift, and then went from, like, I felt completely fine. I felt nourished. I felt hydrated. I felt good. I had energy, and then boom! As soon as I had that craving, I felt lack. I felt dread. You know, I felt I had a void within that was not fulfilled. So I needed. Yeah, it's crazy. So. Not necessarily right now, but the thought brought a sort of void feeling within, a feeling of lack. My cravings have been for sandwiches, burgers, Alfredo, pasta, all of these things, either super juicy, super cheesy, or super saucy. I've craved zero animal products up until my last two cooked meals I ate, which was February 4th and February 5th. Each time I've eaten cooked food this past month, I have been eating all types of different noodles, burritos. The only animal products I've had are the 2 egg sandwiches that I've had in this past month. Because I was addicted to eggs. I had eggs every fucking meal. This really started in high school. It's been my entire life because that's just like a staple in the Spanish families and such. But when I started cooking for myself in high school, egg sandwiches, eggs and bacon, eggs and meat, an omelet. You know, that it was because I was all about getting big and my athleticism and all this. So I saw eggs were my staple and everything. And I got really good at cooking with eggs, being able to cook all kinds of things. And so eggs, I mean, that's a huge addiction I've had. Like, it's the biggest probably one of all. It was like peanut butter for me. Peanut butter was a staple in everything because it was packed full of nutrients and it put on weight and it helped gain muscle. So, you know, I was crazy with the peanut butter too, with making all kinds of different sandwiches with it. You know, peanut butter and bacon sandwiches, peanut butter and honey sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Just eating peanut butter out the fucking jar, mixing peanut butter and like what, you know, all kinds of crazy things. But yeah, peanut butter is one that got knocked out for me way back when. Maybe, oh yeah, and like peanut butter and banana shakes. That was what I had every fucking morning. Was eggs with something, eggs with sides mixed into it, and then my drink was a banana protein or banana peanut butter shake. That was, I mean, dude, I've drank so many banana peanut butter shakes, it would make you want to throw up. But yeah, something else I can't remember, and something else I can't remember. So yeah, like what I'm saying here is, each time I've eaten this past month, it was all for like vegan type dishes. You know, no meat products, no animal flesh, and no animal products, no animal flesh. And so anyways, I continued having these types of food, but these last 2 to 3 times of eating cooked food, they weren't satisfying. I thought it was from being done with eating, though I am sure that's part of it, but mostly I was needing a new flavor, more excitement, a different stimulation, right? And that's what's fucking nuts, is like I haven't craved meat at all, and it's like because I kept having the same things like bean burritos and all these different types of noodles, from garlicky, oily noodles to Asian type noodles and Chinese noodles and things like that. And so, but having it all the time, I was like, it was no longer satisfying that craving. It would satisfy the craving of needing to eat something, but the flavor, the seeking for flavor, it was starting to go away. It was like, yeah, you know, it's good, but we want something more. And so, man, February 4th or 5th, or those were the 2 days I ate cooked food. So those 2 days, when I wanted to eat, I wanted meat products. I wanted fucking burgers. I wanted shepherd's pie. I wanted bangers and mash. I wanted sausage dogs, where, like how I used to do it, me and my uncle, we would get sausage from Florida sent up to us, and we would create our own toppings, and you know, make a bunch of toppings. And like, you know, it's like if you ever watch well, I don't really know what it's called, but just how they do up your fucking hot dog and do all kinds of crazy shit to where you don't even see the hot dog anymore. It's like a whole fucking platter of something. That's what we would do, and we would do it on pretzel buns. And because there was a place, I forget what it's called, it's in Haymarket, Virginia, but Eugene's sausages. And yeah, they would they got sausages from New York and such, and yeah, would do the whole crazy pretzel dog with it, you know. And yeah, and that's what sparked us to start doing it. And so yeah, just like thoughts like that, like, and wanting chicken pot pie, and yeah, just all kinds of meat products, you know, and definitely eggs. Like, I'm just like imagining the yolk just busting my sandwich, and my whole sandwich covered in yolk, because I'd put like 3 over easy eggs on it, so just yolk would be everywhere, and I'd be wiping up the yolk and all the sauce I would make and put on there. And yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. So yeah, I went into wanting, and like super cheesy foods, like just wanting a burger, right? Not only the cheese slices that are on it that are melting, but like pouring a fucking fountain of cheese over top of it, and it's just covered in fucking cheese, or like super cheesy Alfredos. And as my burger's so cheesy, having juice, the grease and juice just pouring out from it too, from the patty being so juicy. Like, it was just nuts, man. I'm like, that's when I saw. I was like, dude, that is not one I can give into. That's probably not one I could just eat one time and then never do it again. Like my dad said, because he was telling me, he was like, dude, I don't know how you are going back to cook food and not fucking going haywire and eating everything. Because he's like, if I were to, talking in his words, he was like, if I were to do that, man, I'd be eating all the meat products again. I'd be stuck in that thing for 2 to 6 months of just consuming nonstop. And yeah. So it's and that's how I feel. Like if I were to eat the meat products, it'd probably throw me right back into that loop of like it wouldn't have just been this month of experiencing what I've been experiencing. I would be full throttle, all down. I'd be the foodie. I'd be making YouTube videos on me beating records on the fastest on eating contests. So yeah, I guess that was morning time when I wrote that. Now I go into probably my lunchtime. Gosh, these cravings are hitting hard. Remember that this is an opportunity to become wiser, develop my discipline, strengthen my will, an opportunity to learn something new, an experience to add to my arsenal. So yeah, this is where I was talking about my view on being optimistic. It's not gaslighting, but it's seeing the benefit in it. The benefit in facing these things and confronting them, because by standing and by remaining determined, because really I'm viewing these thoughts, these emotions, I'm viewing these cravings, I'm viewing all these things as an opportunity to become wiser. I'm viewing them as an opportunity, and an opportunity to become wiser, to develop my discipline, to strengthen my will. Because each time I don't succumb to these things, I am strengthening my will, because I am the one choosing not to do those things. And so, therefore, I have to use my will in order to do that. So I'm strengthening my will, an opportunity to learn something new, because, instead of just succumbing and going straight into pleasure seeking, I'm sitting with it. Therefore, now I'm learning something, because I'm learning who I am actually, and how I've been behaving when these types of moments come, and how they make me react. So now I'm learning something, and thereby learning something and remaining disciplined and asserting my will, I'm now adding an experience to my arsenal of experiences, So yeah, I see there's a lot of benefit in this, not to just dread and say, fuck, here's another craving, actually seeing it as, oh wow, no, this is awesome, because this is going to be an opportunity. This is an opportunity for me to fucking test myself, and getting through this test, overcoming this test, I will be stronger, I will be wiser, I'll be more developed, yeah. My body feels good. I have energy. I don't feel sick in the stomach. I just have this craving nagging at me. A part of me just wants to taste those foods and enjoy the combination of texture and flavor. But that little part of that experience is not worth the consequences. I am dealing with an addiction that was forced and propagandized onto me. I am sure a crack baby, if at its own will, would never want to be addicted to crack, but because its mother was doing crack while the baby was inside, this baby is now dependent on it. Yeah, if you've ever heard of how a crack baby is born, which is by the mother doing drugs while the baby is being developed. When the baby comes out, it'll actually be dependent on that substance, and the doctor's got to keep the baby for a while and wean it off of the drugs. And so it just makes you think, all the toxic food we eat, all the drama, all the emotions the mom is under, if she's never even tad bit of touched on her childhood trauma, her cognitive dissonance, her slavery programming, her conditioned beliefs, her addictions, her habits, her self-destructive behaviors and habits, and what that's doing for the baby. You know, the baby's already being addicted to chaos and drama, you know, addicted to chaos, which chaos is going on within, because all kinds of, the body's reacting in all sorts of fucking crazy ways. So the baby becomes addicted to drama, you know, because the space isn't actually chillaxed. It isn't actually chillaxed, which becomes the new baby's norm, you know, because it feels safe in there, it feels warm and such, and so it finds comfort and warmth in a hectic environment already. I see how bad I want to beat this addiction. Taking part in anything in this world makes me a slave. At our essence, at our wholeness, there is no lack, no needs, and no cravings, completely fulfilled in each present moment. And that's what I mean. Like, I really think at our essence, like, just completely fulfilled in each present moment. And that's whenever we can learn to be in the present moment, and we practice being in the present moment 24/7, not worrying about the future, not wallowing on the past, and eventually we're able to just be fulfilled in each moment. So yeah, that's February 12th. Did I write any more? I think this was yesterday. Yep, yesterday. So my next one is a nice long video. February 13th. Yeah, I went in on this one. So you see February 8th to February 10th to now February 12th. I actually started writing more on what I was feeling, more on my emotions, more on my cravings, and not just trying to reassure myself real quick and this and that. Now I'm actually digging into it.